Hey, how you doing? This is Doug Hammock here, Success Builder. And I come on here today because I want to share some thoughts with you. But first, I just want to look around before we really get started with this. I'm standing here in a plaza. These are brick and mortar stores. Somebody had an idea of products and service to sell to other people, things that people need. You all need stuff like this. We all need stuff like this. And I'm just looking around at here, and every single one of these stores has employees that work for them, people who trade time for money. And this is what a lot of people do. But in essence, basically they're building somebody else's dream. And then even today, as I was thinking about this and thinking about this whole setting, I was also thinking about the fact that, someone even had the idea here to create a shopping plaza like this and bring all these goods and services, different goods and services together in one place, and be able for you to be able to multiply go to different places. I mean, there's shopping malls, but plazas are much more popular today because you can go from store to store and pick up everything that you need all in one trip and that kind of thing. And that's what I was thinking about, something I've been sharing with you. I've been sharing with you about the educational system of how to really learn to be an entrepreneur, and what I have been promoting to you, specifically about things that you need, and how it's all in one place. And that's not really what I want to talk to you about today, but I just wanted you to think about that, because I know some of you have looked at it, and maybe you haven't joined in or picked up the educational products that we sell, that we have available to you. And but I want you to think about that, all those things in one place. How big of a time saver is that for you? What a big thing is that people are trading time for money. And that's great, but it's going to take like 40 years or so, unless you have a really high paying job, or and you learn to save, and you learn to not spend all your money and all that kind of stuff. It could take up to 40 years for you to save up enough to really have that dream. And by that time, you know what? You don't have the energy anymore to do all the things that you really want to do. I regret the fact that I wasted a lot of time. And I want to tell you that no, age doesn't really matter. Okay? And again, that's not really what I want to talk about today, but I want to just tell you, age doesn't really matter. But if you're young, the younger you are, the more time that you have to spend on your dream and what you want to do, then you're going to be able to have the energy to do all those things that you want to do. Don't wait like me. But what I'm trying to tell you is if you are older, now's the time. You don't have a whole lot of time left. Now's the time to get on that bandwagon. But I really wanted to talk to you about today is that all of this around us was somebody's idea. Every single one of these stores was somebody's idea. They came up with an idea of what product or service to share with the world, and they market it, and they've learned to market it and do the best they can. But you know what? A lot of brick and mortar stores aren't. I mean, this isn't where it's at anymore. People coming necessarily into your stores. You have to do a whole lot more. But how did they know what that idea was? How did they know what product or service people wanted? How did Ford know what car to build, and what kind of car to build, and how to build it, and to put it into people's hands? How did Jeff Bezos know to create this great thing called Amazon that you can get anything at? And he built his dream. And yeah, he's got employees, and that's okay if you want to work as an employee and trade your time for money. But I have a feeling you want a whole lot more than that. I have a feeling that I know for a sense that you're here, you're watching this, that you want more than that. I think of Edison. He created the light bulb. He created light, a product, a service that people needed. I think of Walt Disney. What greater man, that he realized that imagination was everything, and that those that can imagine will be able to create new ideas, and the new ideas that people need in order to keep life going on and on and on and on. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you a little bit about your imagination. I want to talk to you about what that means to you. This is so important. This is so key, because if you remember right, I told you that I was going to continue to come to you and talk to you about all these ideas and continue to help you along your journey towards really gaining that success. So, but it really starts in your imagination. It really starts with ideas and what ideas that you have. So here's what I want you to do. Here, this is like key principle. This is a secret that successful people have, is that they've learned to work from out of their imagination. And that's one of the things that we want to talk to you about today. So, what I want to tell you is you need to take the time to really tap in to your imagination. So how do you do that? How do you do that? What you need to do is you need to take some quiet time, maybe 10 minutes or whatever, and just sit down and think about what it is that you're really passionate about. What is it that you really care about? Because there's lots of things that people care about things, but what is it that you really care about? And how is it that thing that you care about, how could that help other people? How can the thing that you know about, that maybe other people don't know about, how can you convey that to them? How can you teach them? How can you get your message out there? Because that's really what it's all about. Because you realize that your reward is in direct proportion to the product or service that you provide to other people and the quality of that. So if its quality is only partly good, or everybody knows that, that's nothing. But if it's something that people don't know, this is something key that a lot of people miss. This tapping into the imagination. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, we've heard this before, or you're even thinking that oh, this is just a bunch of waste of time. Get me right to what works and the knowledge of that. And here, let me tell you something. 80% of what you're going to do to build your dream, to build what you want, 80% is in the invisible. Did you hear me? 80% is in the invisible. 20% is the technical. And maybe you're thinking, oh, I got this imagination thing down. What I'm telling you is that it's important for you to take the time and really think about what you're passionate about. Because what you're passionate about is what's going to really fuel everything else that you do. Because you realize that you are what you think about. So you need to be thinking about these things. So here's the action step. Here's what I want to tell you. Here's what you need to do. You need to take 10 minutes or more of your time, however much time you want to take, but at least 10 minutes of your time, and sit there and think about, what are you really passionate about? What is it you really care about? And then you need to write it down. And then once you've written that down, you need to think about, how do I convey that to other people? Because if you can convey it to other people, we can teach you how to market that to other people so that they will listen to you. And just like I'm doing right now, maybe it's shooting video, maybe it's doing blogs. How do you think those vloggers do? They talk about what they're passionate about. That's what they do. And we can teach you how to get it noticed and all that kind of stuff, but you need to really be thinking about what it is that you're really passionate about, and how do I convey that message? How do I become that message? How do I become the one, and let that fuel what you do? Now, I've shared with you about the system. Okay, and this plaza that's right here is a system. It's a system of different stores, different goods, different services, different companies all coming together in one place. And that's the educational system that we have. And if you've seen that, I want you to think about how that can really help you learn all these things, because it really is about the learning. That's what successful people do, is that they learn. So if here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the time to really take this one step and really think about what it is you're passionate about. Next time we'll talk about how do you take that to the next level? How do you take that to the next thing? But today, take the time to really figure out what it is that you're really passionate about. And then think about, maybe you don't know all the answers. This isn't about knowing all the answers, but this is figuring out, okay, start thinking about how do I convey that to other people? I'm not talking about how do you market it. I'm not talking about how do you get people to see it. I'm not talking about all those kinds of things, because those things can be taught. But from within you, what is it that you have to say? Okay? Take that step. Take that action today. Hey, you know what? If you like these videos, if you share, if you're getting something from this, share with me. Hey, write a comment. Hey, even if you want to share what it is, hey, this is what I'm passionate about. What do you think about this? Share it with me. Like these things, like this video, like what we're doing. Share it with your friends. If you think you got a friend that maybe they need to hear this message, get it out there, okay? Don't stop. Don't let the technical stop you from chasing after you finding your freedom in your dream. All right? Hey, this is for your success. Take the action today. Do it. Trust me. I promise you, it will change the way you think about all these things. It will change what you do going forward. Hey, have a blessed day.